Hello guys, and welcome again to my channel, to another stream. Today we are flying the ultralight Jabiru J170 and we are flying from the Ajdovščina airport to Portorož firstly. And then, if you want, I will also perform another flight to one of the other Slovenia airports. And we're also flying on the IVAO network. Today is an online day for IVAO Slovenia. So we have control and we'll start up the engine of this Jabiru J170, and then we will continue and start with our flight to Portorož. So now firstly we will start up the engine as I said, and we'll turn on the magneto switches, and the parking brake will be armed. And then we have checked that we have the fuel flow that we needed and enough fuel for the flight. And then we can start the fuel pump for a bit with master switch on. And after a few seconds we will turn off the fuel pump and start up the engine. This power button for the startup of the engine in this Jabiru does not work in the P3Dv4 version 4, so I will have to start the engine by the Ctrl E command. So now the engine is started, and we can turn on the avionics switch. And we will tune the frequency for Ljubljana radar, as this is the station that is online right now, and we'll contact the station for a departure out of Ajdovščina airport. The frequency is 135.275, so I'll tune in, and now I'm on the frequency.
Sierra Golf Yankee, touch and go completed. Continuing to Papa November 1.
Sierra Golf Yankee Roger, cleared approach runway 15 via Papa November 1, QNH 1012. Correction, QNH 1007.
1007 on the QNH. Sierra Golf Yankee will continue via Papa November 1, cleared for approach 15.
Now we will contact the controller and say that we are on the Ajdovščina airport, and then we will continue with our flight. Ljubljana radar, Živio 05, Papa Golf Papa at Ajdovščina, radio check.
Sierra 5, Papa Golf Papa, Ljubljana radar, Živio radio 5.
Roger 05, Papa Golf Papa, we are at Ajdovščina airport and request taxi for departure out of Ajdovščina for the VFR flight to Portorož.
Sierra Golf Papa, takeoff at your own discretion, order traffic reported near Ajdovščina airfield, report airborne.
Roger, no traffic reported near Ajdovščina airport and taking off at our discretion, and we report when airborne, Sierra Golf Papa. So we got a clearance for taxi.
Cargolux 9733, Ljubljana radar, hello, squawk 6516.
6516 for Cargolux 9733.
We will depart the Ajdovščina, and we're using the daylight right now. It is the night time, but we are using daylight as we are flying the VFR and not night VFR. And I'm also using the default weather, as right now there are thunderstorms in the vicinity.
Liner 733 identified.
I have now also turned on the Charlie mode for the transponder, so the controller will see me. And we'll depart here to the left from Ajdovščina out. So we have everything set, and we're ready to go. We'll depart Ajdovščina and perform a left turn towards Razrta, and then we'll continue to Divača, Kozina, and we will enter the control zone in Portorož. The rotation speed is about 45 to 50 knots. So right now above, and now we're airborne, and we will contact the controller that we are airborne, and we'll continue with our flight.
Sierra Golf Yankee approaching 15 via coastline at Portorož. We would like to cross the runway heading and go directly to the hangars if possible.
Golf Yankee, clear to land direct to apron wind 100 degrees 4 knots and cross runway heading is approved.
Crossing runway heading approved. Sierra Golf Yankee direct to hangars behind the apron.
Here on the left you can see the Ajdovščina airport again for the last time, and then we're continuing to Portorož. Sierra 5, correction, Sierra Golf Papa, we are airborne, continuing to Razrta.
Sierra Golf Papa, squawk 3330.
Squawk 3330 for Sierra Golf Papa. So, checking out the squawk to 330.
Sierra Golf Papa, continue VFR QNH 1010, report overhead Razrta.
Continuing VFR QNH 1010, and we report overhead Razrta, Sierra Golf Papa. As we're using the default weather, we'll not tune the QNH of 1010, as the default weather has a QNH of 1013, and we will let the QNH as it is. And we have lifted our flaps. Now we will follow the highway which is right below us, and we will continue to the mountain of Nanos. And below this mountain of Nanos there is a city called Razdrto, and there is also a highway intersection, and after that we'll continue towards the next highway, which is headed to Portorož and Koper, and we'll follow that highway to re-enter the airspace of Portorož.
Sierra Golf Papa, report requested altitude.
Sierra Golf Papa, request 3,500 feet for now.
Sierra Golf Papa, roger, 3,500 feet approved.
3,500 feet approved, Sierra Golf Papa. And now we'll maintain 3,500 feet as set by the controller, and then we can also see in the front that there's intersection incoming, and then we'll turn to the right, where we can also see the highway, and we'll follow that highway. On to the left you can see the mountain of Nanos, and there's also a transmitter unit on top of it. And further to the left we can see the city of Postojna, and there's also the airport named Postojna with a grass runway, and we'll maybe perform a touch and go right there with when flying the next leg in this stream. If you like, you can also comment if you want the specific airport to make as a destination airport when I land in Portorož.
Cargo looks 90733, switch to Unicom 122, definite. Have a nice evening, ciao.
And Unicom 122, definitely, super, cargo looks 973, ciao.
Sierra Golf Papa, overflown the Razdrto and continuing to Kozina.
Sierra Golf Papa, roger, report overhead Papa Echo 1000 feet AGL.
Roger, we report Papa Echo 1000 feet AGL, Sierra Golf Papa. So the Papa Echo 1 waypoint is the waypoint near Kozina, and this is the waypoint where we re-enter or enter the airspace of Portorož, the Portorož control zone, and then we'll continue with procedural control, as the procedural control is in force at Portorož control zone, and we will land at Portorož. And then the next flight we will operate, you can comment below and say to which airport I can operate in Slovenia. So we will continue the stream. And here to the left you can see this airport of Divača, and as we are continuing by the highway, this is the only airport left that we will cross, and then the Portorož airport will be next for landing. We are now very near the Kozina city and at the point, and after Kozina we'll continue by the highway to reach the waypoint of Papa Echo 1, and we'll continue with the flight.
Siberian 298, flight level 330, inbound Monfa.
Siberian 9er, correction, Siberian 298, Ljubljana radar, hello, identified.
We are overflying the city of Kozina here at approximately 1000 feet AGL, and we are continuing to the point of Papa Echo 1. And we'll also maintain 1000 feet AGL to enter this airspace in Portorož. I'll maintain approximately at 2500 feet, which is right at 1000 feet AGL. and the reporting point will be the highway which will be shown right now, and this highway intersection is named Papa Eco 1 to re-enter the Portorož control zone, and then we'll continue to the port of Koper, and by the port of Koper then via the coastline till reaching the Portorož airport. And I can also report the Papa Eco 1 point right now to the controller. Sierra Golf Papa, overhead Papa Eco 1, 1000 feet AGL for full stop landing at Portorož.
Sierra Golf Papa, roger, cleared approach, runway 15, report on final, QNH 1007.
QNH 1007 and clear for approach, runway 15, Sierra 5, correction, Sierra Golf Papa. We're cleared for approach for runway 15, and so that means that we can continue direct to the airport, but instead of this we will continue now to Port of Koper, and we'll overfly the Port of Koper and then continue via the coastline and reaching the city of Piran and turning left towards the Portorož airport, and then we'll continue and report when we'll be on final for the runway 15. Now we will overfly the port of Koper and then continuing via coastline. And still, if you have any suggestions about the landing and arriving airport, please let me know in the comments. So otherwise we'll need to depart the airport of Portorož and we'll continue to Slovengradec, as the Slovengradec is the only suggestion right now. So write down your suggestions and we'll see. Some views of the Slovenian coast will now be represented to you, as I'll fly near the coastline, so you can check the city of Koper, then the Isola, and finally Piran. So these are the suburbs of the Koper, and we're continuing to Isola. There's also the marine of Isola, and further continuing with the city of Piran. We can also see the highway onto the left, and now the city of Isola with the marine down there. And as we are cleared for the approach for runway 15, fortunately after Portorož, after the Piran, city of Piran, we'll turn direct to the airport and we'll be on the funnel right there. So we'll be landing straight in, and then we'll park and enter a new flight plan and continue with our flight. But you'll need to comment below to which airport should I fly.
Ljubljana radar, Sierra 5 Hotel Golf Yankee at Portorož. We would like to start our taxi for VFR departure as per flight plan, and we would like to depart from taxiway Alpha if possible.
Sierra 5 Hotel Golf Yankee Ljubljana radar, Jabiru J170, taxi to holding point Alpha runway 15 via Charlie QNH 1007.
1007, and we'll taxi to holding point Alpha, Sierra 5 Hotel Golf Yankee.
There on the left was the Portorož airport, and further we are continuing to Piran, city of Piran, and we're overfly it. And then we're straight in for funnel for runway 15, and we're ready for landing. Here is the scenery of city of Piran. We'll make a turn here and follow the coastline.
Sierra Golf Yankee cleared for takeoff direct from taxiway direction 15, wind 050 degrees, 5 knots. After departure, left report, overhead Papa Echo 1, 3000 feet.
We've overflown the Piran, and now we'll report.
Sierra 5, Delta Juliet Kilo, Ljubljana radar, dober večer, skok 3331. Sierra Juliet Kilo, continue VFR QNH 1011, report November Echo 3000 feet.
Now we can report that we are on final. Sierra Golf Papa on final for runway 15 at Portorož for full stop landing.
Sierra Golf Papa, runway 15, clear to land, wind 050 degrees, 5 knots.
Clear to land, runway 15, Sierra Golf Papa. So we will drop the flaps and we're ready
Sierra
for
Juliet
landing.
Kilo, contact Ljubljana information 118.475.
We have flaps full right now, and we will land at runway 15, and then we're turning to the apron and we will turn off the motor, and we'll plan the next flight, Currently, I have decided that we are flying to Lestablit, but if there are other suggestions, please let me know. We are very near on the short final, and we will land right now. And so we are on ground, and we will vacate to the left to the apron.
Sierra Golf Papa landed 5 to vacate via Bravo to the aprons and of your choice.
Left onto the Bravo and stand of my choice on the apron, Sierra Golf Papa, hola. So we are vacating here, as I said. We are returning the flaps to the position up, and then we'll park and quickly replan the new flight, and we will continue, as I said, to Lestablit as we will plan, and we'll perform a touch and go at Postojna, and that's it for the next flight. And I also set the transponder to standby mode, so the controller will know that we are on ground. And now we are on the position Golf 4, and we'll have a quick break for a few minutes, so I will plan the new flight, and then I'll be back and we'll continue to Lestablit, as no other comments I've seen. So we'll fly to Lestablit with a touch and go at Postojna airport, and maybe also at Ljubljana airport. So wait a bit as the break is in, and then we'll continue with the stream.
Sierra Golf Yankee Papa Echo 2.
Just for information, I have refilled the flight, and we'll be back in a few moments, as the flight is not yet displayed for the controller, and we have turned off the motor at the our Jabiru J170, and in a few moments, let me say in 1 minute, we'll continue and contact the controller and start the engine again for the flight to Lestablit with a touch and go at Postojna and Ljubljana. And here we are again, back in the cockpit of the Jabiru J170, and we have filled the flight plan from Portorož to Lesce-Bled, with a touch and go at Postojna and Ljubljana. So for those who are tuning in, we're flying the ultralight Jabiru J170, and stay tuned as I'll depart in few minutes, and I'm also flying on the IVAO network again. So I'll contact the controller just before starting with the taxi to the runway, and then departing in the way to Papa Eco 1, which will be the point for exiting the control zone at Portorož. So firstly, to start with, we'll turn on the master switch and the fuel pump for a few moments, and then we'll turn on the magneto switches, and as I said in the previous flight, the starter switch does not work, so I will have to manually turn on the engine with the Control E function, and here it is. And now we can also turn on the avionics switch, and we'll again tune the frequency for the Ljubljana radar, which is right now controlling the control zone of Portorož. The frequency is 135275, and that frequency is now tuned, and I'm on the frequency. Our flight plan was successfully sent, so we can contact the controller for our taxi to the runway and departure towards the exit point of Portorož control zone. Ljubljana radar, živijo ponovno, Sierra 5 Papa Golf Papa, radio check.
Sierra 5 Papa Golf Papa, Ljubljana radar, živio radio 5.
Roger, Sierra 5 Papa Golf Papa, we are at Portorož, request taxi for VFR flight to Lesce-Bled.
Sierra Golf Papa, runway news 15, QNH 1007, taxi to holding point Alpha, runway 15 via Charlie.
So we're taxiing via Charlie to the holding point Alpha, runway 15 and QNH 1007, runway use 15, Sierra Golf Papa. And we'll continue. Here in front of us is Bravo taxiway, but we'll continue onto the right, which is Charlie, right in front of us, and at the end of the runway to the right there is the Alpha intersection, and we'll depart from that intersection. And then after departure we'll continue with the left turn, as we don't want to get inside the Croatian airspace, as the Croatian airspace is right now southern of us, so we should not enter in this Croatian airspace. And we'll use flaps position number 1 for departure, and we have everything set. We don't have the specific squawk yet. Maybe we'll use the older one from previous flight, but we'll see.
Sierra Golf Papa, squawk 3320.
Squawk 3320, Sierra Golf Papa. And now we have it. The squawk is set, and we're on taxiway Alpha, ready for departure. When we'll get the clearance, we'll line up and depart.
Sierra Golf Papa, runway 15, clear for takeoff, wind 050 degrees, 5 knots, after departure, left report, overhead Papa Echo 1, 3000 feet.
Clear for takeoff for runway 15, after departure left towards Papa Echo 1 and report overhead at 3000 feet, Sierra Golf Papa. Here we are now entering the runway and we'll make the Squawk Charlie mode, and we can also turn on the strobe lights. The Squawk Charlie is now in place and we're ready for departure. We have everything set, and after departure, right after, we'll continue with the left turn. As I said, after the hills there is the Croatian airspace. As you can also see that on the map which is displayed on my glass cockpit. You can see it down here. I'll zoom in if possible. Here you can see that there is the Croatian airspace onto the right and the Slovenian airspace onto the left, but we'll depart and continue with the left turn towards Papa Echo 1. And we're ready. At approximately 50 knots, this is the rotation speed, and we'll continue now. We'll overfly the threshold of the opposite runway 33 and then continue with a left turn towards Papa Echo 1. And now, as we've seen the coastline, we will not overfly the coastline, but we'll continue direct to Papa Echo 1. And we can also get the flaps to up position. And now we're climbing to approximately 3000 feet. And again, what's about the QNH? The QNH sent by controller was at 1007, but we shouldn't enter this QNH as we are on the default weather due to thunderstorms in vicinity, so the real weather, we cannot use the real weather, and I'm also using the daylight right now. On to the left and back there is Portorož airport and the coastline, and we can also see the country of Italy back there after the sea, but will not enter the Italian airspace today as we are flying just in Slovenia, and we are exploring Slovenia with this stream today. And if you have any suggestions about further streams, please let me know in the comments. But today I think that we'll end with a stream at let's say Bled, so there's no time for the online evening to continue. So we'll land probably in about 40 minutes in let's say Bled, so there's no time for another flight. But you can also comment below the suggestions for next streams or the next flights in the video, or not just in the stream. You can also suggest any videos if you want, and I'll try to make it if possible. And we can also see on to the left there is Port of Koper again, and we're continuing in the way to Papaika 1. Right now there is Papaika 1 just in front of us, and we're at 2,300 feet. We'll need to climb a bit to 3,000 feet. And then when passing Papaika 1 we'll continue to Kozina, and probably will be transferred to Ljubljana Information Service, because I can see that it is online right now. And then we'll continue with the touch and go at Postojna, as I said, and finally touch and go at Ljubljana Airport, and and the last but not least, the landing in Lestablet. Now we are at 3,000 feet and continuing to Papaika 1, and turn to the left again. You can see the port of Koper and the highway down there. We are very near the Papaika 1 intersection, which is the exit point of the control zone of Portorož, and will be transferred to Ljubljana Information, as I think, and then we'll continue on the next frequency. And we can also tune in on the COM number 2, the frequency of the Ljubljana Information Service, which is 118.475. And now we'll contact the controller that we are overhead Papaika 1. Sierra Golf Papa overhead Papaika 1, 3,000 feet.
Sierra Golf Papa, Roger, contact Ljubljana Information 118.475. Level Jabiru.
118.475, hvala lepa, živijo, se slišimo, Sierra Golf Papa. As I said, we're continuing now to the next frequency, 118.475, and we're overhead Papaika 1. We'll report that to the next frequency and the controller, and we'll see how it goes. We are on the frequency.
Sierra Golf Yankee, contact Ljubljana Tower 118.0. Bye-bye.
118, Sierra Golf Yankee. Hvala lepo za kontrolo, se slišimo slednjič.
Hvala tebi.
Ljubljana Information, živijo, dobro večer, Sierra 5 Papa Golf Papa out of Papaika 1, continuing to Kozina at 3,000 feet via for flight to Lestablet.
Sierra 5 Papa Golf Papa, continue VFR QNH 1011, squawk 3330, report overhead Razberto.
Roger, continue VFR QNH 1011 and setting squawk to 3330, and we report overhead Razberto, Sierra 5 Papa Golf Papa. So we're again squawking to 3330 now, and Again, QNH is not needed for us as we're on the default weather, and we'll continue to Resdorto. We have overflown the Resdorto, the city of Resdorto in the previous flight, so we know where this city is and the intersection. So we can also see the mountain of Resdorto and the mountain of Nanos in front, and below there is the city of Resdorto where we will overpass, and we'll continue to Postojna with touch and go at Postojna, and then we're continuing to Ljubljana. And we can also say for now that to controller that we'll maintain 4500 feet, and let me see if he approves that. Sierra 5 Papa Golf Papa requests 4500 feet till reaching Postojna.
Sierra 5 Papa Golf Papa, 4000 feet approved. Correction, 4500.
4500 feet approved for Sierra 5 Papa Golf Papa, hola. So the altitude is approved. We'll now climb to 4500 feet, and we'll continue by the highway as before to reach Resdorta, and then following to Postojna. We are now also flying near the airport of Divača, which will be below us, and there's also the city of Divača and the intersection of the highways. The one highway is going to the Italy towards the Trieste, and one is in the way to Koper, and onto the right we can see we will see the airport of Divača, and further to the right there's the city of Pivka, which will not overfly today, but will fly very near it. One part of the runway is already showing from Divača. The Divača airport has two runways. The one is the grass runway and the other is the asphalt. And the both are nearly in the same direction, but it's a regional, small regional airport in this region, and maybe sometime we'll do another video when landing or departing from this airport. And we can still climb for about 1000 feet as we requested 4500 feet, and continue firstly to Resdorto and then to Postojna, and we'll I think that we'll need to confirm that we're making a touch and go in Postojna.
Sierra 5 Papa Golf Papa, contact Ljubljana radar on 135.275.
Going Ljubljana radar 135.275, addio, Jabiru, Sierra 5 Papa Golf Papa. So now we'll need to contact again the radar. Seems a bit weird, but we'll see what's the problem here. Ljubljana radar, živijo, ponovno 05 Papa Golf Papa, nearly overhead Resdorto and then continuing to Postojna for touch and go.
Sierra 5 Papa Golf Papa, Ljubljana radar, živijo, še enkrat, continue VFR QNH 1011, report airfield Postojna inside.
Continuing VFR QNH 1011 and continuing to Postojna. We report when Postojna airport is inside Sierra Golf Papa. On to the left there's mountain Nanos with a transmission unit on top of it, and below there is an intersection of the highways, the one that we followed before and the one that we are following still, and the city of Rozdrto is right down there. And now we'll slowly descend as in front of us there is city of Postojna, and southern of this city there is an airport at which we will perform a touch and go, and I think that we'll do touch and go from the left side, from our left side now, and then continue in the way that the city is, and then to the point of Laze, and we'll continue to the city of Ljubljana. We can report that now the airport is in front of us and we have it in sight, so we'll perform a touch and go there. Sierra Golf Papa, we have Postojna airfield in sight for touch and go.
Sierra Golf Papa, roger, touch and go at your own discretion. No other traffic reported near Postojna airfield, report airborne.
No traffic reported near Postojna, touch and go at our discretion, we report back airborne, Sierra Golf Papa. So we'll continue in the left turn and then to the final for the grass runway, which is right there at approximately 750 meters, and we'll lower the flaps for the landing, and then when we'll touch down we'll put the flaps in the position number 1 with the full throttle, and we'll perform the touch and go, and after departure we'll continue with a 180 turn and to the next waypoint. Here now in the base turn, and then continuing on to the final, further to the right, and we'll perform the touch and go. And we have lowered the flaps till the end, and now here is the runway on the final. Again, now we are just overflying the highway, and then we are touching down at Postojna airfield, which only has a grass runway, and after touch and go we'll continue to city of Ljubljana. We're on ground, I'm reducing the flaps and full throttle again till 50 knots, till the rotation speed. We are back airborne, and to the left you can see the hangars and a bit of the city in Postojna. And now we'll turn to the right and perform a 180-degree turn back to the city of Postojna to continue to city of Ljubljana. Sierra Golf Papa, back airborne, and now continuing to Laze.
Sierra Golf Papa, roger, contact Ljubljana information 118.475.
Going Ljubljana information 118.475, voilà, Sierra Golf Papa. Now we are again tuning to the next frequency 118.475, which is the Ljubljana information. So let's see how it will continue right now. And we can also set the flaps to position to position up, and we'll climb to approximately 3500 feet to reach Laze. Ljubljana information, živijo ponovno, Sierra 5, Papa Golf Papa out of Postojna, continuing to Laze, climbing 3500 feet.
Sierra 5, Papa Golf Papa, Ljubljana information. Dobar večer. Continue VFR QNH 1011, report overhead Laze.
Continuing VFR QNH 1011, and we report overhead Laze, Sierra 5, Papa Golf Papa. Now we're again on the flight information service, and we'll continue to the Laze. We're overflying right now the city of Postojna, and then continuing to Laze. After Laze, we'll continue to the Sierra points, the Sierra 1, Sierra 2 and Sierra 3. These points are entering points for Ljubljana airport, which is the control zone, the Ljubljana control zone. And right there we will perform touch and go at Ljubljana airport and continue exiting the airport of Ljubljana via Whiskey 2, and after Whiskey 2 we'll continue to land at Leseblit airfield. We are right now overflying the city of Laze and then continuing to Ljubljana. Sierra 5 Papa Golf Papa overhead Laze. Next is Sierra 1.
Sierra Golf Papa, Roger, report overhead Sierra 1 at 3000 feet.
We report Sierra 1 at 3000 feet, Sierra Golf Papa. Now we'll continue for now at 4000 feet, and we'll follow the highway till reaching Ljubljana, and at the intersection of few highways there is the Sierra 1 intersection, from where we'll turn left to the north, and we'll continue in the way to Ljubljana airport for a touch and go at the biggest international airport in Slovenia, named Jože Pučnik. And after touch and go, as I said, continuing to our last airport which we'll visit today, which is Leseblit. If you're just joining in right now, let me say that we're on the flight from with a ultralight Jabiru J170 aircraft. This aircraft is from Iris Simulations, and it was free of charge as a stay-at-home promotion in March till at the end of June, if I'm right. So I got this plane from that sale. and this is the right ultralight plane for Slovenia region, as the ultralights are very popular in Slovenia. So we are flying it today from Portorož to Lesceblet, and we're making touch and go right now in few moments at the biggest airport in Slovenia, which is the airport of Ljubljana. And we are also flying on the IVAO network, which right now has an online day. IVAO Slovenia has an online day right now, the online Tuesday, and many controllers are online, so we're contacting them and reporting the position. If you have any questions about this stream, please let me know in the comments again, and if you have any suggestions about further videos on my channel or any further streams, please let me know, so I will try to make them. And for information, we'll now descend to 3000 feet towards the Sierra 1 intersection point, and we're overflying the city of Vrhnica. And we'll maintain 3000 feet, continue to Sierra 1, and we'll overfly the city of Ljubljana. We'll be very near the city of Ljubljana. Will not overfly it right above it, but we'll continue and follow the highway till reaching the Sierra 2 and Sierra 3 points, which are the entering points for Ljubljana, for the airport, and we'll make a touch and go right there. Probably now will be transferred to Ljubljana Tower if it's online. Let me check it for quick, and the tower is still online, so will probably be transferred to Ljubljana Tower, and then we will be back at Ljubljana Information Service. It will be online, as from Ljubljana Airport to Lesceblet there is not controlled airspace, and probably will be back on this frequency. So now I can not tune in, but prepare the frequency of Ljubljana Tower, which is 108.0, and we'll see how it goes. The frequency is again 108.0 for Ljubljana Tower.
Sierra Golf Papa, contact Ljubljana Tower 118.0. Ciao.
Going Ljubljana Tower 108.0, hvala lepa, živijo, Sierra Golf Papa. And I was right again, we're transferred to Ljubljana Tower, and we'll tune into Ljubljana Tower 108.0, and now I can also say that the highway, reaching another highway down there as an intersection, is the Sierra 1 point, and I'll report that point to Ljubljana controller. So let's tune in. We're on the frequency, and I will talk to the controller. Ljubljana Tower, živijo, dober večer, Sierra 5, Papa Golf Papa, reaching Sierra 1 intersection at 3000 feet.
Sierra 5, Papa Golf Papa, Ljubljana Tower, dober večer, QNH 1011 report overhead Sierra 3.
Continuing with approach, and we report at overhead Sierra 3 and QNH is 1011, Sierra 5, Papa Golf Papa. So we have overflown the Sierra 1 intersection, Now continuing to Sierra 2 and then Sierra 3. As a chain of events, we'll need to continue to Sierra 2 firstly and then to Sierra 3. And on to the right you can see this beautiful city of Ljubljana, which is the biggest city and the capital city of Slovenia, which is also custom made for a few buildings. And again, if you don't know, I'm using the SloveniaX Photoscenery scenery, and that scenery will be also in the description, so you can check it out if you want to have it. As I said, there are custom buildings and custom autogene settings, so you can try that add-on. And here, when the highway will start again from the hill, when we'll be above the hill, then we are at Sierra 2 intersection and we'll continue to Sierra 3. And the Sierra 3 intersection is the point where the hydro power plant is located on the Sava river. So this is a bit to the left more, and then we'll report that to the controller and we'll perform a touch and go at Ljubljana. We'll maintain approximately 2500 feet for this reach to Sierra 3, and the hydro power plant is right now in front of us at the city of Medvode, the hydro power plant of Medvode called, and we will continue then in the right turn to Ljubljana airport, which is onto the right, and then we'll perform a touch and go. We are almost reaching Sierra 3 intersection and we can report that position. Sierra 5, Papa Golf Papa overhead Sierra 3, 2500 feet for touch and go at Ljubljana.
Sierra Golf Papa, cleared for approach, runway 30, report on final.
Cleared for approach, we are cleared for approach runway 30 and we report on final runway 30, Sierra Golf Papa. We'll now continue slowly as we are almost on the base for the runway 30, and we'll turn left to be on the final for runway 30 as the airport is right in front of us.
Ajdovščina is ready for push and start.
Addons, push and start approved, facing west.
Facing west, push and start approved, Ajdovščina.
We are now on the base for runway 30 at Ljubljana. We'll slowly start with the descent, and we can also get a bit slower, and then in the left turn we'll perform touch and go at Ljubljana airport, and we'll continue straight ahead after departure to reach Lesce Bled airfield. I will lower the flaps to position number 1 firstly, and then when on final to the position full. We're just before turning to final right now, and we're slowly descending, and we're slowing down. Sierra Golf Papa, intern to final for runway 30.
Sierra Golf Papa, runway 30, clear touch and go. After departure, turn right, continue to Whiskey 2.
Clear for touch and go, runway 30, after departure, continuing to Whiskey 2, Sierra Golf Papa.
Sierra Golf Papa, wind is 320 at 5 knots.
Roger, copy it, Sierra Golf Papa. So we're performing touch and go as I said, and continuing straight ahead. Now, as we're on ground, I will set the flaps to position number 1, and so we have the long runway. We could make the stop and go, but we did not say that to the ATC, so we'll maintain 30 knots and for now, and then I'll go with a full throttle, and at the rotation speed of 50 I will rotate, and we'll depart again in the way to Les Sablés, which is the final destination for today. Going to full throttle now, and we're ready to go. And we are back in the air, continuing to Whiskey 2 point, which will be the exit point of control zone in Ljubljana, and then we'll continue to airport of Les Sablés. I'll set the position to position up, and we'll maintain approximately 2500 feet to exit the control zone at Whiskey 2, and the Whiskey 2
Adria 126 is ready for taxi.
Adria 126, kilo via Alpha and November.
Alpha and November, Adria 126. The Whiskey 2 intersection will be reached in few moments, as we'll overfly the city of Tenerife, as it is called, and
After this point we'll continue to Leste Blade, where we'll make full stop landing, and at Leste Blade there are also 2
Sierra
runways.
Golf Papa, contact Ljubljana radar 135.275, halo za družbo, lep večer.
Sierra Golf Papa going Ljubljana radar 135.275, hvala lepa, živijo.
Sierra Golf Papa negative, Ljubljana information is available, so 118.475.
Roger, there will be information available on 118.475. Hvala lepa, živijo, Sierra Golf Papa. So we're switching to Ljubljana information again, as I said before, and we're also overhead the Whiskey 2 intersection, so let's contact the controller. We're ready. And we're also on frequency, so we can talk to him. Ljubljana information, živijo ponovno, Sierra 5 Papa Golf Papa, overhead Whiskey 2, 2500 feet, continuing to Leste Blade for full stop landing.
Sierra 5 Papa Golf Papa, dobro večer, Ljubljana information, continue VFR, QNH 1011, and report Leste airfield insight.
Continue VFR KNH 1011 and we report Leste airfield inside Sierra 5 Papa Golf Papa. We are again today following the highway, which is in the way towards the Austria, and the airport of Leste Blade is located very near the highway, so I will land at the airport very near the highway, and we will also see the Lake Blade and the city of Blade onto the left side when on the arrival. And if you want comment, I can also turn to Blade and make a orbit or a flight around Blade and then continue with a full stop landing at Blade. Now I will report that we have the airport of Leste Blade inside, and we'll perform a full stop landing, and we are ending the stream on this airport today, and again I would say if you have any suggestions, please let me know, so I'll make a video or the next stream ready for you. Sierra Golf Papa, we have Leste Blade airfield inside for full stop landing.
Sierra Golf Papa, roger. Full stop landing at Leste airfield approved at your discretion. and report when on ground.
Roger, full stop landing at our discretion, and we'll report on ground, Sierra Golf Papa. So we're reducing the speed, and we're slowly descending towards the airport, and we'll make the downwind, and then onto the right turn we'll land at the opposite runway. So you'll also see the city of Bled and the lake of Bled. And again, as I said before, you can see that there is the highway very near the runway. So it is commonly mistaken as a runway, but it is only the highway. And further to the left, you will now see the Lake Bled and the city of Bled. And right now we are overflying the city of Radolica. I will climb a bit so you'll get the better view of the lake, and then we'll proceed onto the final for Lesser Bled for full stop landing. The airport is on our right side. We'll continue with the extended downwind, so we can see the Lake Bled and also the city of Bled. I can also a bit zoom in. So here you can see the Lake Bled and the city of Bled. But next time I will try to overfly the Lake Bled, as today we are making a full stop landing here at Lesser Bled, and next time we'll see how it goes. So we'll perform a flight above the Lake Bled. But now I'm turning right, and I will continue on to the final for landing at Lesser Bled airfield, and we'll lower the flaps, and we have finished our stream and our 2 flights for today. Here we are on final. We should reduce the speed a bit more, and onto the right you can now see the city of Radolica, and in between the runway and the city of Radolica there is the highway, and we're right now on the final for the runway at Lesser Bled, and we're reducing the flaps to full position again. We're a bit fast, but I think we'll make it. And we are on ground and braking, and we will vacate to the left as there is the taxiway, also as an asphalt, and which continues to the apron, and we will park at the apron, and we have finished with our flight. Sierra Golf Papa on ground, continuing with the taxi to the apron.
Sierra Golf Papa, roger.
The strobe lights can be set to off now, and we'll monitor the frequency of the Ljubljana information, and I have also set the transponder to the standby mode. as we're not on the runway and flying again from now, and we're ending the stream again, as I said, at Lesseblate Airfield for today. If you have any suggestions, please let me know, and following that, the next video is coming out on the Thursday, and then there is the Super Sunday video out every Sunday, so check it out if you want. But the next stream will probably be on the next Tuesday, if possible, but otherwise it will be on other day. But if I'll make it, I'll make that I have the streams on Tuesdays, then the video on the Thursday, and another Super Sunday video on Sundays. Here are also few hangars at Lesseblate Airfield. The one on to the right are for the Flycom Aviation, which operates helicopters from Lesseblate, civilian helicopters, and there are two hangars from the Lesseblate, from the Letalski Center, as it is called, and we will now park here to the right near other planes, and we will turn off the engine. We'll park here by the red airplane parked in the front of the hangar, so I will make here the right turn through the grass, and we are parked. Now switching off the avionics switch and the magneto switches, so the engine is off, and then we can turn off the master switch. As this is the IVAO, I can still contact the controller and say to him that I'm on ground, but in real life I couldn't contact him because the avionics and the master switch is off. But for now I will just reply to him that I'm on ground, and that we're closing our flight plan, and we're also closing slowly our stream. Sierra Golf Papa, we're parked at Lesseblate and closing down.
Ok, super, hvala za let.
Hvala lepa za kontrolo, živjo, se slišimo, hvala. Sierra Golf Papa.
Čau, lep večer.
Hvala. So now we are switched to the Unicom, and we have completed our two flights. Firstly from Ajdovščina to Portorož, then from Portorož to Lesseblate with touch and go at Postojna and Ljubljana. Thanks for joining in if you're here, and again we are operated a flight with our Iris simulations Jabiru J170, which is an ultralight plane, and it is really suitable for flying through Slovenia, so I really like it. There are a few bugs, but I don't care about them, so I'm flying it and enjoying it. And that's it for today. Thank you again for watching, and please subscribe if you're unsubscribed, and like the video and the stream if you want, and comment below on your thoughts about the video and the stream. Thanks for joining in again, and bye bye, see you soon.